Hi, my name is Melissa Gallagher, and I am the Vice President of Mission Delivery here at MakeAWish. Thank you for joining us on this webinar. Tonight we'll be talking about our Trailblaze Challenge. This is a 28-plus mile hike on June 7th through June 9th in Big Bear. We will be hiking along the Pacific Crest Trail. And we have the website on our page here, so please take note of that, and if you'd like more information you can go to that website. To get started, we'll go ahead and share a little bit about why people want to join the Trailblaze Challenge. Some people might want to join us to get in shape. Others might want to hike a new trail. They might want to meet new people with similar interests. They might want to challenge themselves physically or mentally, or they just might want to make a difference. This is the Trailblaze Challenge is benefiting Make-A-Wish and granting wishes for children in our community. Our mission here at Make-A-Wish is, together we create life-changing wishes for children with critical illnesses. I'm going to tell you a little bit about how Make-A-Wish began. In 1980, a young boy named Chris was battling leukemia in Phoenix, Arizona. More than anything, Chris wanted to be a police officer. So a group of individuals from the community got together in 1980 to see what they can do to create an amazing experience for Chris. So what they did was they reached in their pockets and figured out how much money they had amongst themselves. They also reached out to the local police department to see how they could create an amazing experience for Chris. So they were able to get a uniform, a badge, a holster, a hat, and Chris was able to become an honorary police officer for the day. He got to work dispatch, he got to go in the police car, he got to go in the helicopter. He was a police officer for the day. So that is how Make-A-Wish began. Those individuals are still very much part of the Make-A-Wish family. Chris's mom speaks routinely or regularly throughout the country about the impact it had on Chris. So we're very excited that this group of individuals came together and figured out how to bring some joy to Chris during his medical illness. So now I'm going to tell you a little bit about Make-A-Wish nationally. So we grant a wish every 34 minutes. Since 1980, we've granted 315,000 wishes. Last year alone, we were able to grant 15,600 wishes. Currently, across the United States, we have 60 chapters. We're in 50 countries and 5 continents. We couldn't do what we do without the help of our volunteers. So we currently in the United States have over 40,000 volunteers. I want to share a little bit about the picture of the young man in this slide. His name is Cyrus. He's 5 years old and he's one of our local Wish kids. As you'll notice, he has a cardiac condition, which is listed on the photo. When we went out to interview Cyrus, his first wish idea was to go skydiving. Just want you to know, when that came back as a 5-year-old Cyrus with a cardiac condition wants to go skydiving, I was extremely nervous, but knew that we would work with our doctors and the team to figure out what we can do. So we did talk to his doctor and asked the doctor if we would be able to take him to do simulated skydiving in a controlled environment. And the doctor said that would work, we could do that. But when we went back to Cyrus, Cyrus said, nope, I don't want to do it unless I can jump out of a plane. So we had to go to a new wish idea. So Cyrus's other idea was he loved Disney and more than anything wanted to be able to enjoy an entire year with his family going to Disneyland. So we were able to do annual passes and create a really fun and exciting experience for him and his family. So now I'm going to tell you a little bit about our local chapter. So since 1983, we've granted over 6,600 wishes. Last year alone, we were able to grant 340 wishes to our local kids. We were the 7th chapter to be established in the United States. Fun fact is our national code is 007, which I like. I think that's fun. Our territory covers 28,000 square miles, so we have a very large territory. We currently have over 650 volunteers, which we appreciate and adore. We couldn't do what we do without them. Our territory goes all the way from Orange County all the way up to the Nevada border and up to the high desert and down to Temecula. So we cover a lot of territory. Again, we cover Orange County, Riverside County, and San Bernardino counties. So now I'm going to tell you a little bit about why you're probably on this webinar to start with, but I wanted to give you a little bit of the history of Make-A-Wish. But now I'll tell you a little bit about the Trailblaze Challenge, the concept and the support. So the concept is not new to Make-A-Wish. It was started at the Eastern North Carolina chapter. So they started with the idea of doing a Trailblaze Challenge, and it just spread. More chapters are doing it. It is a new event for us. This will be our first Trailblaze Challenge, so you get to be part of that inaugural team of Trailblazers. So we hope you'll join us. Our chapter to the south of us, San Diego chapter, this will be their 3rd year. So they use the same trail you'll be using in Big Bear and have had great success. They are currently doing 2 weekends. They have so many people that want to be part of this, so it's very exciting. I will mention this a couple times, and it's just to really make sure you have the date of the hike weekend in your planner. So hike weekend is June 7th through the 9th. So you would want to make sure that weekend you are available. Our goal is to grow our Trailblaze Challenge community. We want to make sure that we get everybody out there in the outdoors, raising funds for Make-A-Wish, and having a wonderful time doing it. The support we'll offer you is we have approximately 10 hike leaders. These are individuals that spend most of their time outdoors, hiking or other activities in the community and just exploring. So they have a great knowledge of hiking and what to do and what not to do. We have a wonderful community partnership with REI. Majority of our leaders currently work for REI, so they're very familiar with hiking and equipment and fueling and hydration, so they'll be a great assistance to you. This is a fundraising challenge, so we will supply you with a personalized web page that you can customize to with your own pictures and messages and so forth. We also will have a participant toolkit that will have fundraising ideas and things to help you with that portion of it. We'll have a closed Facebook group, which would only be for the hikers and the leads. So that's where we'll share great ideas, we'll share pictures, we'll share our information for the upcoming hikes, all the details on clinics, etc. We also will supply you with electronic support documents, such as templated emails and letters that you can just change and personalize to your own and use them to help with your fundraising. Lastly, we have our wish ambassadors. These are folks that have personal knowledge of how much a wish can impact a child and their family. So we might have wish kids come visit and inspire you and get you motivated, where you can actually meet some of the kids and families. We may have some volunteers out there that can share the true impacts. You might be hiking along with a volunteer, any of our neighbors, teachers, or corporate partners to support along the way. So this is just a fun Google Earth map of the trail. So you can see in the right corner, that's you starting out. And then when you get out by the lake, that's you done. 28 miles. Congratulations, Pacific Coast Crest Trail completed. So just a fun aerial view. This slide will show you the elevation profile. I think that's the biggest question we've had at our info sessions is what is the elevation and how much gain is there? As you can see, it's not anything real drastic. It is pretty steady ups and downs, but nothing too tough. We will also have you see that it has aid stations on there. We definitely will have aid stations along the course, so to support you with hydration and fueling. Also, if you have particular items you need, like halfway, I want to get rid of my sweater, or I want to change socks, or whatever you need, you can have that in a bag, and we'll make sure they get it to the aid station where you can switch out what you need. So that's a little bit about the elevation scale. Next group of amazing individuals I talked about a little bit earlier are our hike leaders. This is just a few of them, and they love the outdoors. They're your biggest cheerleaders. They'll be a great support to you. So we have 10 folks that are very familiar with all different trails, and they've been all over and have great experience, and that they can share their knowledge with you. So those are your hike leaders. We will supply you with a training schedule. This is an example of a training schedule. This is not set in stone. This is just what we're using as an example. So for instance, it's going to have your weekday hikes, which are your low mile hikes, whether it's just getting the miles in or getting out and getting some hikes in, then those would be what you do during the week. And then you'll see on the Saturdays, there'll be, majority of the group hikes will be on Saturday. There's 1 or 2 Sundays, but for the most part, they'll be on Saturdays. And on your Saturday schedule, it will tell you where the location is, so where we're meeting, what time we're meeting, parking instructions, and also the distance you'll be going. If we have any clinics, it will also have a note on there just letting you know what we'll be discussing for that week. Another very important date on the training schedule is April 26th. You'll notice there's a note there saying recommitment date. At that date, you will tell us, yes, I'm going to continue and I'm going to fundraise and I'm going to be there hike weekend. Or at that time, if you feel like this isn't the right option for you, then you'd let us know. So that's when we get our final head count for hike weekend, for lodging, for food, fueling, everything we need. So you have until April 26th to see how it's going and decide then if you are going to stick with it and recommit. At that time, you'll also let us know all of your details for hike weekend. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is some of the clinics that we'll offer. So we might talk about what is cross-training, reduce risk of injury, how to increase mileage and weight. And we'll talk about proper footwear, fueling and hydration, navigation, and so forth. So there's a lot of really good information. We have our hike leaders are full of really good suggestions and ideas and knowledge to share with you. The pictures on the left-hand side of the screen are from our San Diego chapter. Being that this is our first year doing this, we want to just share some pictures from the other chapter. So I'm hoping I can get all these great smiles from you guys this year, and we can share these next year at our info sessions. So now you're probably thinking, oh my gosh, this sounds so amazing. I definitely want to join this, and I want to accept the Trailblaze challenge. So the first step is obviously to say yes to the challenge. If you do want to sign up, and this is what you want to do, there is a registration form you would complete. There is a $100 registration fee. That $100 would go directly into your fundraising, so that means you'd be raising $2,400 instead of $2,500. The commitment for this challenge is $2,500, and that goes to helping grant wishes in our community. A small portion of it will cover your hike expenses for hike weekend, such as hotel, food, vans, and so forth, whatever we need to cover for the weekend. So everything would be covered for you. So now you're probably thinking, $2,500, how do I get started with my fundraising? So we do have a hiker's guide to fundraising. So there's a guide that you can follow with tons of great ideas on fundraising. We do supply you with a personalized fundraising website. So that is a website that you can add your pictures to, you can give updates, you can tell people, I really am hiking and I want to help grant wishes for kids with critical illness. You can share stories, you can do whatever you want onto that website and share it with your friends. I mentioned the fundraising toolkit. That's going to have sample letters and emails that you can just personalize and make them your own and share. You can definitely look to find somebody to sponsor you, or you can see if anybody you know anybody's company you know does matching gifts. So if some companies will do matching where you donate $100 and they'll match that $100, so then you'll have $200. So it's really about being creative, but I think the great part is you have a great group of folks that are going through the same thing, and so you can share ideas and share wins and figure out how to get the fundraising done so you can just focus on being outdoors and getting your mileage in. We do weekly support. The weekly support will be on your on the Facebook page, which is totally private, only to the hikers and the hike leads. But it will tell you, where we're going each week, what the start time is, the mileage, if there's any parking instructions, any clinics for that week. So we'll give you a ton of ideas or information. So hike weekend, part of the funds you raise go to, it will cover your hotel accommodations. It is a shared accommodation, so you would be staying with a fellow hiker, or you can buy out the half of the room yourself to bring a sibling, a partner, a friend, whoever you would like to bring, and then you just pay for half of the room. Friday night, we'll have an amazing pasta party just to get settled in and excited about the big hike. We will supply transportation to and from the trail from the hotel. So we will take you out to the trail and we will bring you back from the trail to the hotel. We also will supply trail support, and that can be motivation, it can be fueling, it can be hydration, it can be whatever you need. Saturday night, we'll have a post-hike celebration. I don't know how much celebrating people will want to do after 28 miles, so that one's up to you, but we will have a celebration that night. But we're really focusing our efforts on the victory breakfast Sunday morning. That's where we'll really, truly celebrate all your accomplishment of raising funds to grant more wishes and also 28 miles. I do want to let everybody know if you don't think you can do 28 miles, but you definitely want to do the Trailblaze Challenge, there is an option where we can work with you. You can tell us, we can figure out on the group hikes how far is your comfortable mileage, and then on hike weekend we can kind of leapfrog you. So you'd get to one aid station and we might get you in a van and move you forward to the next or to the following. It is a personal goal, so a personal challenge, so you can definitely decide what's best for you on mileage. And then work with the hike lead so we know what we need to do for hike weekend. So this is an amazing picture of the San Diego chapter's hikers getting ready for their hike. This is probably around 4 a.m. Our hike time would most likely be, we'd start at 4 a.m. And then people always ask, well, how long does it take? It is up to you and your pace of how long. There's not a magic number of how long it will take for everyone. Everybody's at a different pace. So everyone starts at 4 and we have until dusk. We do have to have everyone off the trail once it starts to get dark. So we probably have from 4 o'clock in the morning to 7:30 in the evening. So we have plenty of time. So hopefully we can get the same picture and use it in future info sessions. So now I'm going to give you a little information on time frame. The kickoff for this hike started on March 9th. We've had a couple group hikes, but it's not too late. You can definitely come and join us now and get you where you need to be. As I mentioned, one very important date is our recommitment date, April 26th. At that time, we are going to get our final head count for hotels and vans and fueling and everything we need to do to make sure you have an amazing hike weekend. So you have to commit to this or register before April 26th, and we hope that it's sooner because that way you can get to know everybody and you can join us for the group hikes. So April 26th is recommitment, and then again, hike weekend is June 7th through the 9th. So we hope that all of you will accept our challenge and join us for this amazing opportunity to get outdoors and raise funds to grant more wishes for our wish kids and their families. At this point, I have completed our webinar. Hopefully I've given you enough information, but we are here to support you. If you have questions, you can call our office. Our phone number is 714-573-9474, and my extension is 210. Again, that's 714-573-9474, extension 210. We hope that you'll join us. We want to see you on the trail and help us raise funds to grant more wishes, and I want you to meet some of our wish kids. So please feel free to reach out to us. If you have any questions, join us at the office or join us on the trail, more importantly. Thank you again on behalf of MakeAWish and myself for taking the time to view this webinar, and please feel free to give us a call if you have any questions. Thank you again and have a wonderful night.